The silver price is shooting for 66 US dollars, which is my first target in this pump before we have a larger retracement. Will it stop at $66 or will it go on to my next targets higher? Let's take a look with me, Joe Main. You're watching Good Morning Stackers, brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, Mastering the Markets, and my private Silver Investor Club. Join from only $1 per month. Silver giveaways, bullion specials, a lively community, much, much more. I'll put a link below. Here is silver on the monthly time frame price in USD. Brand new all-time high. We're talking $60.70 US cents. Congratulations to all. 45-year cup and handle formation. We know where it's going in the absolute longer term, but what is happening is the following. We're in a wave 3 of a 5-wave move. So this is the low here in 2020. So that's wave 1. You've got wave 2. Now we're in wave 3. Now what happens from here is we don't know exactly where we're going to go to because we're now in price discovery. We don't have previous resistance to act as resistance. So we're using trend-based Fibonacci extension tools to get potential targets in this wave 3 run. What happens from here? We'll go to, I think, here, or around about here. Okay, I know it's 3 massive different targets, but I think they settle around about those 3 main targets. Then what we will have, because it happens in 5 waves, you will have a wave 4 pullback. Now, I think it happens here, around here, or around here. And then this will be a sort of a larger pullback, which might take you into, ignore that time frame, but around about into 2027. Roughly. And then you have the wave 5 big move, which is the excess phase, which then you think, it's a mania phase now. Wait until every man and his dog is telling you to buy silver. And that's going to propel silver to, I think, at least sort of minimum 200 US dollars. This is by 2030, or possibly even a lot higher than that. But let's look at the way I got to those targets, and let me know in the comments, do you think that 66 is the first one and the one that we top out on this wave 3? So let me go back. I'll show you how I got there using the trend-based Fibonacci extension tool. And you can do this yourself as well. Now I'm on the logarithmic scale. We're going to swap between the logarithmic and the linear scale. And that's that. If you're using tradingview.com, that's this little button down here. See, logarithmic, linear, logarithmic, linear. We'll stick on log for the moment. So what you do is you go over, and you can't see it on the left-hand side here, but you find the trend-based Fib extension tool. Okay, it's right there. And you take it from the low. And I'm just going to pop it in, not exactly, but you take it from the start of the wave 1 to the top of the wave 1. Then you drag it all the way over here. And then you get to the bottom of the wave 2 right there. And then you get these trend-based Fibonacci extension tools. Okay, now, do they work absolutely perfectly? No, they don't, but there's a couple of main areas to watch out for. And is there previous price action to show that these can have an area of confluence? Yes. So for example, if we take this one, so the bottom here, you can take it from this bottom here, or you can take it from there. Just pick a point, it's roughly the same. That's your wave 1, that's your wave 2, that's your wave 3. And then if I pop this, because I'm on log, if I pop this on the linear scale, you can see here, when we came up to the wave 3 top, this is in, what are we talking, in March of 2008, right before the GFC, where did we find decent confluence with a Fibonacci extension? Well, it was at the 4.236, so it sailed through the 1.618, sailed through, actually found, interestingly, a bunch of resistance there at the 2.618 at that $13.80 something, and then had a little spike above. So we're talking more about sort of closing prices, not necessarily spikes. Okay, you can always have a little bit of a spike in that direction. Okay, but the sort of cluster of pricing was around about that $19.80 kind of level, and you can see that sits pretty darn clearly around that 4.236. So they don't work absolutely perfectly, but Fibonacci extension tools can work well, both finding prices, when you're in price discovery, and then finding lows, so finding highs and finding lows. Okay, so I've done the same thing, and let me show you over here. I'm going to pop in the one I've had in previously. I'm going to show it to you first on, let's see, that's the one I've popped in previous. And this is the one I've got here sitting at that $66 mark, technically at $65.80 something cents. 66 rolls off the tongue a little bit better. We're on the linear scale. Now you can see here, once we sailed through, once we had that wave 1, wave 2, the wave 3 was always, I mean, pretty much all, to be a wave 3, it has to beat that 1 area there. It could have come up to that 1.618, but it sailed through it, which is really good to see. You know, a lot of people were calling for, oh, triple top, triple top. Nope, triple tops usually aren't a thing. 45-year cup and handle formation, right? Do you think it was going to triple top at around about that $50 mark and then just head right back down? No, absolutely not. So it sailed through the 1.618. And on the linear scale, that's right here at that 2.618 is 65 US dollars. Now, that's where I've put in the first one. Okay, so that's where we're coming up to, that $66 mark. So could that be it? Could this be the top of the wave 3? You let me know in the comments. But I do think we are moving towards that $65, $80, $66 mark before we see a potential, wave 4 pullback. Okay, I don't think it happens from this $60.80 mark where we are currently right now. We've got a little bit more to go. Traditionally, and sort of from around about now, January, February, sort of February to April next year is when the silver seasonality starts to top out. Okay, so all signs are pointing to higher prices coming over the next few months into around about the end of the next quarter of 2026. Okay, so could it find its spot there? 66, that's possible, but I do think 66 will be hit bare minimum. Okay, so I do think we have a $4 something at least to go, $5.50 something at least to go on the price, bare minimum. However, let's talk about this. We'll talk about this $82 level. Now I need to put it on the logarithmic scale. Okay, and you can see here very clearly that 66 is nowhere, it's like nowhere near a major Fibonacci extension level. You can see that the $82 level, technically it's $81.60 something. Okay, that's the next level after breaking through that one. Again, we talked about that all-time high that was going to be broken. So that's at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension on the logarithmic scale. Okay, and that's sitting at $82. That's really doable as well. Now, I know some of you might be going, oh, he's saying, could it be 66 or 82 or 96? I don't know. And anyone telling you otherwise going, oh, it's definitely going to this, they're either lying to themselves, it's confirmation bias, or they're doing it to try and sell you something. Okay, I don't know where the price is going exactly. We're in price discovery, but I do think these Fibonacci extension tools, based on this movement right there, they are the most likely targets. Okay, so at 82 is the 1.618. Now, on the logarithmic scale, the next Fibonacci extension is the 2.618, and that's sitting at $211. So yeah, on balance of probability, I give that like a 5% chance. So I don't think by February, April, we sail up to $200. No, that's not a thing. Okay, so that's why I'm only going to use the 1.618 Fibonacci on the logarithmic scale at $82 roughly as the potential. Okay, and that's really quite I mean, that's absolutely doable by February, April next year. 1, 2, 3, and then 3, and then you get the wave 4 pullback. Really doable around about that $82 mark. And the last one I'll talk about, I have to go back to the linear, which is possible. Remember I showed you before? Let me harken back to that move from before on the linear scale. I did it on the logarithmic, but let me show you. Let me go back. That was it roughly there, wasn't it? 1, 2, that one there, that 4.236 area. Okay, let's investigate that in this most recent price action. Where does that sit? Well, funnily enough, it sits right up at that level I spoke about before, which is around about your $96 level. Technically, it's right here at $95.80, $96, close enough for jazz. That's an outlier, I think. 96, I mean, it's close to that triple digit by February, April next year. I am less inclined to think it's that one. Many people think it will get to triple digits in 2026. You could be right, absolutely. I favor I favor the 82 kind of area. I don't favor 66. I don't think we're probably done there. Okay, I think you've got a lot more to go again within these next few months to just another $5 something before we see the wave for retracement into 2027. I think I favor that $82 mark for me. 96, absolutely doable, but I just favor that 82. But I just want you to watch out for that because, previous price action, we have seen that level there gets that 4.236. So that 4.236 is at that $96 level. So those are my three main targets, but I do absolutely believe we are heading up to the first target. What we do from there, we don't know. I would actually expect on the shorter term time frame, let's take a look at the weekly. Looking a little extended on the weekly time frame, and if I pop in some indicators as well, you can see we're at some only potential at this stage, potential bearish divergence. Okay, that's where you're seeing a higher high in the price. Let me just get rid of a couple of things here. Get rid of that so you can see that better. There's that 66 kind of mark there. You've got it's great to see some higher highs on the weekly time frame. However, you haven't made higher highs yet on the relative strength index. And what's the volume doing? Now, the volume's doing something different. That's looking really good. So volume is confirming it on the weekly. The relative strength index is not just yet. So could we potentially see something like this up to that 66 area? And then this sort of flattens out here. So that's a higher high. That's an equal high. That might suggest some potential bearish divergence on the smaller term time frame. Few weeks, come back down, test an area. Do we find some general resistance there at that 66 area? And then is it onwards and upwards? And I'm more sitting towards that 82 as that wave 3 top. Okay. And then, as I said before, and I'll pop it on the logarithmic and I'll get rid of all this for you, we will have a wave 4 pullback. Okay, that's coming. So let me show you on the monthly. Pick a point, wherever that is. Let's presume it's here. Let me get rid of that for you. So again, 1, 2, 3. Let's presume for the moment it's around about that March, April of 2026. We will have a pullback because what goes up must come down. Where it goes back down to, I don't know. How long it goes for, I don't know. But I think it takes us probably into 2027. Okay, pick a point. And, that would be actually quite reasonable. Something like that would be really normal. Come up to say, and this is all spitballing now, and anything I say is not financial advice. And could I be wrong? Yes, of course, because again, we're in price discovery. We don't know where the price can go. We don't have previous price action, but something up to that 82-ish, back down to test 50 would be completely normal, taking us into 2027. And then you have the absolute excess phase, which will take us to $200 and I think beyond as well by 2030. So let me know in the comments. Do you think it's the 66 where we have the wave 3 pullback? Are you more leaning towards that 82 or that $96 level close to the triple digit silver? I tell you what, if when we get to triple digit silver in US dollar terms, I will be having a massive, huge party on one of the live streams. I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We will dance it out like we've never danced it out before. So that's where I'm sitting at the moment. 66 is the next target. And of course, those other ones that I have just mentioned. When you're ready to buy precious metals, head over to Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. If you live in Australia and you don't buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, you got rocks in your head, man. That's really all I have to say about that. They're the only dealer that has free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your order. Bullion dealers in Australia never did free shipping until Perth Bullion Exchange launched their business last year. And they were the first bullion business in all of Australia to give free shipping. I know it's weird for you international people to hear, what, free shipping? Of course you get free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. No. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au have the best prices. They have a great range, free shipping and all that other stuff that you love from all good bullion dealers. You should absolutely be buying from them if you live in Australia. Of course, I really want you to check out Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. I'm doing their year-long comprehensive trading course. All right. So all this stuff I'm talking about Fibonacci extension levels and things, I've been learning more about this stuff and learning stuff for the first time through the 12-month course that I am doing. You can do their 10-week foundational course, you can do the year-long comprehensive course, and you can also join their academy.masterinthemarkets.com. You can join it for free. They've got their general community area, which is for free. And then you can also join their paid subscription, where you get all the amazing live stream educator calls, all that stuff. So masterinthemarkets.com. And of course, if you're really into silver, I don't know why you would not be a part of my private silver investor club. I'll put a link somewhere below. It's a great community for new and veteran silver investors. There's lots of education. There's lots of price talk. There's the marketplace where you can buy, swap, and sell silver. Of course, there's the monthly silver giveaways, depending on what level of membership you're on. There are the weekly bullion specials as well. It's just amazing, and the live stream private hangouts as well. So if you go to the link that I will provide, it will take you to the page that looks exactly like this. Watch the video. It runs through what the Silver Investor Club is, the benefits that you can get, of course, and the benefits are huge. And if you hit the start free trial, you get a 7-day free trial as well. And it's only from $1 per month. So you can join the standard membership. That'll get you a certain level of stuff. Okay, join the premium membership. Seems to be the most popular. And that gets you extra levels of stuff, including monthly free silver giveaways. Yeah, monthly, every single month. A premium member, one of you wins a piece of silver, okay, real silver, okay, sent to you, and then the weekly bullion specials, the private live stream hangouts, and everything else. And there's my VIP program as well, where you can chat with me one-on-one and do some strategy sessions. That's everything that I wanted to talk about today. Let me know in the comments what you think about those specific targets, and of course, I'll see you on the live show Tuesdays, Thursdays, and everything else I do in between. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you soon.